Hello, my name is DC. I'll be giving a match analysis for our Masry versus Zesco United. In an effort to be honest, Zesco just went to play in this game. Because it could have been worse. Let's just go through this, right? All right. So we already see a problem here. No pressure on the ball. High line because I'm pretty sure this is Kawasocho. Kawasochongo is somewhere here. Maybe Arikola, but this is like a crazy high line. Because let's say for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there's no one here, so which means there's a gap for which someone can penetrate. And then you've made it very easy for this player to play the ball. No pressure whatsoever. He could play it through here, or he could play it through there, but there's no pressure on the ball, and you're giving him angles to play the pass. And just like that, he's off. And there's Kawasochongo. I mean, that's how much space they gave them to run in behind. And then now they everyone's running behind. He's unmarked, and then I understand the concern of Kawasochongo to run straight, but just a little check because I prefer he runs to here rather than just running straight. I prefer he runs here, so he's able to see not only what's there but also what's here. If he's here, that's his line of sight. If he's where he's standing, he can't see what's behind him. And this is actually a really good cross. It's under a lot of pressure though. To be honest, goalkeeper comes out, he makes a meal of it. He makes a mess of it, but fortunately enough, even if the goalkeeper didn't get that, he had his defender there. But I don't know if it flips over, but he steps on the ball. So this is just one of the signs that things were bad. Things were bad. Once again, there's 2-on-1. So if we're to be fair, he is behind him, so he takes responsibility of what's in front of him. Kawasochongo had seen there's someone behind him, so he's going to occupy this space somewhere here, which you can understand very much. Right? And then once again here, you see something funny here will happen, but we'll not like highlight it now. So 1, 2, 3, and then they still don't manage to organize themselves well. So let's see what happens. He plays it wide, right? And then this guy, I don't know if the shots were too big. I don't know because I don't know if the shots kept on falling or that's just how he plays. I don't know. He should pull his shots back up. I don't like the way he's wearing. All right, so he runs right, and then now he puts his hand behind his back. And do you see that little curved run that he does? You see, as he's going, I think the shots are confusing him because look at this. Instead of going to shut him down, I understand why he runs here. But to be honest, if you want to do something, you go here and then you'll be closer to get the ball. And if you don't, he's probably going to push it forward, which means that he's going to probably put it at an angle whereby it's going to be harder for him to cross. Look at how much time he gives him. He takes a touch and then this guy. And then now, Kawasochongo, remember what we said? A player is in charge of what's in front of him. This guy is in front of him. Kawasochongo does not take any measure whatsoever to follow him. This cross is too easy, and then he's unmarked. Fortunately enough, he doesn't score, but this was another warning sign. There were many for Zesco. There were so many for Zesco. It's actually fortunate enough that it only ended 2-0. Very fortunate. You see something funny again happen. This is for me. This is the funniest one. All right, so already I don't know if it's a back three or back four, but these guys are deep. But fortunately enough, it's okay. They are in a position they can look at the ball, and then they're in the. Oh, sorry. So let's just assume this is his line of sight, right? So you can see up to here and up to probably like here, depending on how what he's looking at. So this guy that's in front of him, he can see. Same thing with him. That's their line of sight, right? Okay, that's okay. But now here, what's so scary is the lack of pressure on the player that has the ball. Because look at how much time and space he has. Just follow him, mark him. And then now, I don't know what this player does because there was no reason for him to move because this player he didn't really have any options. Because no, let me just play it back. Because look at this, right? He is here. And then he's cut out probably the past. And then look at him, he's just unmarked. It's just like they have enough numbers in the box, but just lack of defensive structure. And it's probably because they have two coaches. Maybe one coach likes players doing something else, and the other one has their own system. Because if you're going to come from this side to get the ball, you have to pressure it. You don't just do. You see what he does. So what he does, he goes to put pressure on the ball, but no attempt to play the ball. They should be putting pressure on him. He has way too much time and space to do what he's doing. And just like that, a simple pass. Now this is what I say, this is the most frustrating bit. And instead of him following the ball, because yes, you might say that you pass to him, but the ball has to travel. He has to take a touch. He cannot play this first time with the way he is. He probably has to take a touch in front, and then that will probably give them enough time to settle themselves here. They have enough men in the box to deal with this, or for someone to block that cross. Now this is the worst way. Like him, I don't know where he's going. He takes a touch, and then he shoots. Look at where all the Zesco United players are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have another 1, 2, 3, 7. Oh, sorry, 8, 9, and yet there's no pressure on the ball. Fortunately enough, this wasn't a goal, but look at the goalkeeper. I would also be very upset if that what my defense was doing. Look at this. Okay, he's alone. I think this might be on a counter. He has so much open space. You should probably, curve your run a bit or just go a bit wider so that you try and make this space smaller, because there's so much space for him to play the ball into. All right, decoy run, understandable. He continues. Now, this for me is the most disrespectful part. Cross is taken, right? Yeah. This guy with the shorts is really frustrating me. I don't know. He should pull his shorts up. Maybe they're preventing him from moving. Because before the cross is played, right? Look at where he is and where he is. He's just okay. Reason being, by the time the ball comes down to this player, he can. So as the ball is coming down, he also arrives at the same time with the ball. You don't want to be too early or too late. You just want to be at time. You just want to reach the ball in time. Now look at what he does. And on top of that, instead of him just moving left to right, he turns his body. He could have just, left to right. And look at the way he puts the ball down. And then he just sets it on a plate. Fortunately enough, this guy doesn't score. But otherwise, this is some funny defending, to be honest. Look at the cross. Look at how he chests it down. And then the ball still, yeah! He bypasses the player that has the ball. This is, yeah! Look at it. Look at the strike that, yeah! Anyway, let's head on to the next, not the next. Let's look at the goal that was scored. I would be frustrated if I was a keeper. Now, this is even worse. High line, if the player has space to run in behind, that's a high line. It's not as high as it normally is, but it's one of those. But no, this is where football is simple. But this guy, I have a feeling is supposed to be marking him. So he's out of position. This guy plays. I won't say it's a good ball, because if you have no pressure, if there's no one pressuring you, trust me, anyone can play a very good, I don't know if it's a 30-yard, 40-yard ball, because there's no pressure. And it's not that you're aiming it exactly at the player, you're just putting it in an area where the player can take advantage of the ball. Cross. I mean, look at this. You would think this is a comedy movie. And that's a good finish. It really is. But it comes from, yeah, he knows that is the problem. Because look at this, as the goal is scored, he's telling him, and then look at both hands. He knows he's at fault. Because he's lagged behind, and then now, that's a good first time finish, to be honest. I mean, there's no pressure on this player whatsoever. And yeah, it's a good finish. Good pass, good finish. Very bad defending. Very, very bad. Now, this is just a terrible. Let me just play it back a bit. That's a lovely finish. Now, this is horrible. This is horrible. There's someone, and this is not the first time I've seen Zesco United do this. There's a tendency of Zesco United players. I don't know what they do. There'll be a player in front of a Zesco United player, and instead of trying to take the easier option, which in this case would be him, he could come closer, just in case this guy goes for the ball. Instead of him taking the easier option or just taking the ball, they just pass it to. I don't know. I don't know if they think they cannot make the player, or maybe they just don't see maybe there's something they are seeing that we're not seeing. Because tell me why. And also, if we're to be a bit, understanding to this player is running away because he can see there's a player in front of him. So what other players do, maybe he'll just take a few steps behind so that he could play a simple 1-2, or if possible, if he's here, he receives the ball and he turns and he relieves pressure from his teammate. But he's hiding a bit. He is. But he's hiding. That's a factor. But now for him, I don't know why. And there's literally a player there who could have gone behind. I don't know why he does that. And then now, bad pass, fortunately enough, first time, look at that, takes a touch, goal. And could he have been quicker? Yeah, he could have been quicker. Because look at this. No, he could have been quicker. Because look at this. He's here, right? Now, look at him. Look at he's walking. Now, immediately the ball hits him, he should be running. Now, let's look at what he does. Look at him. Look at his reaction towards his team losing the ball. He's not interested. He really isn't. Even if at that point it's okay to do a slight tackle. Even if it's better you force him to go wide, he doesn't run. He's okay with that. Kawaso Chongo, he could react a bit quicker. He could. Because I'm sure he would have seen that there's space here. It's not covered. Take a few steps to that side. So he probably cuts out the angle or he's just closer to the defender. But no, takes a touch. And that's actually a good finish. So that's a really good finish. Because he goes near post. First time pass. Takes a touch. That's a lovely goal. Now, I think maybe this will give us a better angle. Yeah. Takes a touch. And at this point, if I was a Zesco United player, I would not be trying to slide tackle. What I would try to do, shoulder barge. Get close to him, shoulder to shoulder. Just try and shrug him off the ball so that even if he shoots the ball, he's off balance. It's one thing letting him take a touch. It's another thing letting him take a shot whilst he's very comfortable with the ball. Otherwise, very bad shambolic from Zesco. It could have been more. Fortunately enough, Masry went as clinical as I don't know if I don't know if they actually I don't know. But Zesco and got lucky. A lot of things need to change for Zambian football. Otherwise, that's been my match analysis. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.